Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Zero to Hire course, Job Search to Success free webinar. I will be sharing my screen and I will walk you through this entire process in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So in the next 10 to 15 minutes, here are the three things you'll be able to achieve in this free webinar. Number one, you will gain clarity for your career path. Number two, you will know how to build a brand that is employable. Number three, you will also know how to apply for jobs properly, accurately, the correct way, and always get yourself into interview rooms or even land the jobs. So I'll be sharing my screen now. Please stay with me till we get the session done. All right. Great. So this is the Job Search to Success free webinar, and this is the Zero to Hire course. So have you ever wondered which career path you should choose, what jobs you should apply for, or what your life would look like in the next 5 years? Like, have you thought of that? Or are you applying for jobs daily, but nobody is calling you for interviews? You're going for the interviews, but it doesn't turn out so well. Are you yearning for a proper career? Or you've been doing small businesses here and there, but you actually deep within you actually want a proper professional path? Have you been getting so many rejections? Or are you a smart undergraduate or a smart core member or a smart fresh graduate and you found yourself asking, okay, what next? What should I be doing with my life for the rest of my life? So this is my opportunity to let you know that there's always a way out. And I'm glad you've been able to join this free webinar because I got you. I will put you on some of the things that have personally changed my life. So here are the three training objectives for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Number one, you will gain clarity for your choice of career. So you're very smart here, and there's so many things you want to do, so many things that people have said, oh, you are so smart, you should be doing this. Let me tell you that that confusion will keep you on the same spot for so many years because you will keep going round and round, listening to everybody and you will not settle for a proper professional path. Number two, in this course for the next 10 to 15 minutes, and I keep calling this a course because this is something I would sell. Okay, so for the fact that I'm giving it to you for free doesn't mean it is less of value. So I will teach you how to understand and how to build an employable brand. So some of you are busy applying for jobs that you have no business applying for. Yet you do not have an employable brand. And an employable brand is nothing about you, nothing about social media. It's you as a person. Are you employable? In this course, I will be talking about that. Number three, I will be teaching you how to properly apply for jobs. So it means that I will be exploring conversations like how to properly optimize the CV and how to optimize the social media presence so that when an employer or a recruiter looks you up, you look good to them and you are somebody that they want to, add to their team. Okay, so who the heck am I? What qualifies me to be the person to talk about this? So I will begin from myself, an introduction of myself. So my name is Ofon Emmanuel. I'm marketing communications professional. I currently work in a UK-based fintech. I am a global marketing mentor with ADP List. So it means that I mentor people on career conversations, marketing conversations across Nigeria and across the world. I also have an executive MBA from Quantic Business School, which is in the USA. I also have a postgraduate certificate from Nigerian University of Technology and Management, Lagos. I am also certified in management communications from Harvard Business Publishers. I have also won a total of $4,000 in scholarships for my MBA and my other postgraduate programs. I'm also the founder of Family in Africa, a gender development initiative that has impacted over 3,000 women with development skills. I'm an author, I'm a consultant, I'm an event host, I'm a speaker and trainer, and my mission in life is to help young people like me gain the skills required to be employable and position themselves for career success. And why am I so passionate about this? Because I have been in a place of uncertainty. I have been in a place where I don't know where to move. I don't know where to go to. I did not know how to position myself, and opportunities were just passing me by. So I don't want this to be your story because I don't want you to waste your time, waste so many years trying to figure out, oh, what should I be doing with my life? This is the free webinar for you. So, what are the three proven strategies to take you from zero to hero? So, there's so many strategies that I can teach you, but I focus on these three because I'm starting from a place where people they don't know, which is zero. They don't know. They are confused about their lives, or they don't know which jobs they should be applying for. Or today they're applying for customer rep, tomorrow they're applying for marketing manager. This course is basically built from taking you from zero to higher. This was an error. So zero to higher, and from job search to job success. So number one, I would say self-reflection and career alignment. So every time you think about yourself, who do you think you are? Every time you think about, oh, I want to apply for jobs, or this is my kind of person, I just graduated from school. Who do you think you are? Because you need to understand your strengths so that you can properly align your career paths. So, what are your strengths? Because you are in a place where you don't know, especially for those of you who have just left school or currently in school, so you don't know which career path. Some people have said, oh, you're good in talking to people. Some people have said, oh, you're good on camera. So many things. But first, out of all of these things that people say, you need to take the time to identify your core strengths, passion, and interest. What are the tasks that you naturally excel at? This is a major question. So I want you to take this very seriously, because these will certainly, and it's a science, it's not an art, it's a science, because if you apply it, it will work. It will give you the results that you want. So understand your strengths and interests. What are your strengths? I will use myself as an example. I am an excellent communicator. When I speak, many people tend to say, oh my God, this is something you're really good at. Or when I write, people say this is something you're really good at. And I know, aside from people saying all of that, I know that I am good at these things. So there are things that I naturally excel at. So what did I do? I made my decision for my career path based on things that are naturally my strength. So it doesn't mean that these things cannot be developed. Doesn't mean that you cannot increase your potentials in that particular strength. It just means that you already have it. Why not maximize something that you already have? Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, number two, avoid misaligned career choices. So you don't want to enter a profession that doesn't align with your personality and your strengths. And that can lead to dissatisfaction. So I use myself as an example every time. Let's take, for instance, I'm not great at maths. I'm not great at things that are very analytical. I don't thrive in it at all. Imagine me forcing myself to become a software engineer just because it is a high paying job, just because so many people said, oh my God, you make so much money if you're a software engineer. And I know that to become a software engineer, you need great understanding of mathematical skills, analytical skills. You need all of those things. And those are things that I struggle with. So why would I want to do that? Why would I want to focus all my energy in doing things that are not naturally my strengths, in finding out things that are not, they're not things that would get me to where I want to be. So you want to make sure that you are consistently aligning yourself with things that are your strength. For example, if you have a creative mind and you dislike numbers, like I said, a career in software engineering may not be the best fit for you. Yes, you can push yourself. And this is not to say that you shouldn't aspire for things. I am basically saying when you focus on your core strengths, you are able to maximize that to position yourself for certain opportunities because, number one, they already come naturally to you. All right. Number two, remember that I had three proven strategies. Number one, for to gain clarity. So the first conversation, we've talked about gaining clarity generally. We've talked about, oh, what can you do? So when you have all the skills. So for instance, I had a mentor who had reached out and said, oh my God, you're great. I had been helping her hire in so many organizations that she had built, and somehow she thought that I should have a career in human resources in HR. And even though I was already good at it because I have people management skills, I know how to get people on board. I know how to identify smart people and get them to join a team and do great work. But then I focused on the major thing that I would naturally excel at. If I pick up a microphone, in 2 minutes, I will come up with something that I will say and everybody would be inspired. Why? Because it comes naturally to me. If I pick up my pen and I'm writing, I don't need to think too much. I would just write and I could write a whole page. Why? Because it's something that comes naturally to me. So I'm saying, in order to gain that clarity, let's say you have five things that you're naturally good at. Number one, you have identified. Number one, you have identified where you the skills that you already have, things that you are naturally interested in. That's number one. Number two, you should also consider things that people say you're good at. In case you don't even know what you are good at, what are the things that people say you're good at? You should actually really just sit down with yourself and write out all these things. Like you can even pause this video, write out the things that you are good at, you know you are good at, people say you are good at, and things that you know that if you're not even paid for it, would you be able to do it? If you don't even pay me for speaking, I would be happy to do it. If you don't even pay me for writing, I would be happy to do it. So are those things that come naturally to you, are they the kind of things you want to be doing for the next 5 years? Remember that the first conversation was to basically help you know that the next 5 years are important. They're really important for your life. So you need to make that decision now. Because if you move that decision to next year, guess what? You still have 5 years to cover. So it's important that you have those conversations with yourself now. Okay, so after doing all of that, you want to focus and begin to think about the career path. What are the career paths in those things that you are interested in? What are the career paths? For instance, for me, I have focused on writing and speaking my entire life. Yeah. So, what are the career paths available for writers and speakers? So, we already know things like event hosting, OAP, communications manager, or communications officer, all of those kinds of roles. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's really, really, really important that because, and as a person, I have explored all these roles and decided to settle on one path. So it means that everything that my skill and passion has fallen into, I have explored it. So that's the same thing you should do with yourself. Because instead of staying in a place where you are consistently confused, how about you explore things that speak to your skill and passions? Things that speak to your strengths and interests. Okay, because the fact that you don't have passion in something doesn't mean that you wouldn't have a strength in it. So explore your skills, passion, and strengths. I've spoken enough about this. I want this to be short, between 10 to 15 minutes. So I am just going to move ahead. So are you employable? So you find out that you keep applying for jobs, you put yourself in these spaces, but you're not even getting called for interviews. I mean, if you manage to get called for interviews, you don't smash it. And I always blame this on you as a person. You as a person, you need to be employable before anybody, considers you for anything. You need to be employable. And how do you build that employable brand? But let's start from employability. What is the meaning of employability? Employability is basically your ability to gain and maintain employment. That is what it is in simple terms. It's not just about having a degree or skills, because people who don't have degrees or skills, they are getting jobs. So you, now that you have your degree, you have your skills, you have your strengths, how about you present yourself to potential employers properly? So that's what employability is all about. Again, why do you need to build an employable brand? Why does an employable personal brand matter? Why does it matter at all? Number one, employers often research candidates online before inviting them for interviews. So your online presence should basically communicate professionalism and expertise and fit for the role. So that's why your employable personal brand matters. It matters because nobody will look at you if you don't look good to them. Nobody will consider you if they don't think that this person will be an addition to my team. Okay, so where do you build your personal brand? Before I move on to LinkedIn and other platforms, let me focus on you as a person. If you want to get employed in certain organization, certain jobs, you know that you as a person, there are certain tools that you are supposed to be exploring. You don't want to get a job and you don't even know the first thing about writing an email. So if you don't know how to write an email without checking Google, without checking ChatGPT, then it means that you are not employable. I am sorry, but if every time you need to write an email, you are checking Google, you're checking, it means that you are not employable. It means that you have not built the skills needed to be able to land a proper job where you will be valued. So before going on social media and branding and branding yourself as somebody that's employable, you need to start with yourself. So, do you have the skills needed to thrive in a workplace? Do you know the tools needed to thrive in a workplace? Can you explore, can you use those tools even at a basic level? Because in some organizations or some roles, you just need basic, while others need advanced skills. So, do you even have the basics? So when you have moved on from that, now we'll begin to talk about LinkedIn. So I like to talk about LinkedIn because LinkedIn is one platform where you basically tell your story and people discover you because of the stories that you have told. And beyond telling those stories, I like to talk about branding or optimizing your profile on LinkedIn. See, if you take nothing from this conversation, and if you take nothing at all from this 10 to 15 minutes on this webinar, take this from me that LinkedIn is one platform that would change your life. Yes, I know you have Instagram and you're doing great stuff on Instagram, but being able, like LinkedIn, because I have been on so many hiring boards for the past many years, during my corporate life, I will tell you for free that LinkedIn is the first place that we or other recruiters go to because they want to know what you look like professionally. Yes, we can ask for your portfolio links to other platforms, but LinkedIn is the first place. So if you're on this call and you don't have a LinkedIn account, or you have an account and you have not optimized it, put your hands on your chest and say, I call your name and say, from today, I will begin to work on my LinkedIn profile. I will begin to optimize it so that I can gain the visibility I need for the next phase of my career. Yes, thank you very much. All right. So let's talk about mastering job applications. Remember what I said. If you don't take anything from this 10 to 15 minutes, I want you to take three major things. Number one, gain clarity. Remember the first conversation, exploring your skills and interests. Number two, building an employable brand, building a personal employable brand. Number three, mastering job applications. Now, this is something I'm always very passionate about speaking because a lot of people look for jobs without positioning themselves properly for those jobs. So I know we've talked about building an employable personal brand, but let me talk about when it has to do with applying for the right jobs. So it's important for you to apply for the right jobs because you might be wasting your years. You might be wasting your years applying to the wrong jobs with the wrong documents, with the wrong CV. So you keep telling people that, oh my God, I've been looking for a job for 3 years. But you have been doing that very in a very shallow way. You have been doing that all wrong. So it's important for you to apply to proper jobs, the proper job with the proper documents and the proper approach, because it is very important. If not, you'll be wasting your time. All your prayers will be in vain. Because it's like you have an opportunity. However, you are putting the wrong foot forward. So you are wasting your time and all your efforts is in vain. Is it that you're not applying? You are applying, but you are wasting your time. So common mistakes on your CV or cover letter generally, using a generic CV that doesn't apply with the job description. So every time you apply for a job, do you take your time and go through the job ad, the job description? Do you go through it? Do you see some of the things that they ask for? Do you like take your time and go through, sort out the each line item, each bullet point under that job description, under that job ad, and take your time and craft your CV in such a way that it fits with that job? So, for instance, let's say very recently I was accepting CVs. I made a call for a business development role, and that role paid between $100,000 to $150,000. So many people were excited to apply because it was a lot of money, even for people living in the US. Just a lot of money. So many people were applying for that job. But the kinds of CVs that I received, I have not recovered from it because many people did not tailor their CV to the job description, to the job ad. So the CV was just something very generic, something that's, so somebody who has customer service experience, somebody who has digital marketing experience, you're applying for a business development role. But then, as you're applying, you are not telling us how that's your past experience applies to this new role you're applying to. And you're using a customer service CV to applying for a to apply for a business development role. So when your CV is not aligned, you have a problem. And if it's even worse if the company is using an ATS system to just discard your CV, immediately enters their CV. It immediately enters their system. So it means that you don't even stand a chance. Okay. So you need to optimize your CV in such a way that it stands a chance. Every time you apply for a job, know that it's an opportunity. Your CV is an opportunity to get you into the right room. Your CV is an opportunity to get you into the right room. So it means that your CV is like your ticket into an interview. So it means that you will never get an interview if your ticket is not right. You will never get an interview if your CV is not right. Okay. Also, submitting cover letter that fails to address a specific role and company. So sometimes the company is not even asking for cover letter, but you go and submit cover letter that does not even align. Even when the company asks for cover letter, you still send in cover letters that does not align. Remember what I said. Your application, whether it's your CV or cover letter, is your ticket to get a chance. Remember, you want to do everything possible to get a chance into that interview hall. You want to do everything possible to get a chance into the faces of the recruiter. So it is very important you take this seriously. Now, also applying to jobs without understanding the company culture or requirements. So the job has said they need 2 years, they need 10 years experience, and you have 2 years experience. I'm not saying you shouldn't aspire to perspire. I'm saying that sometimes it will come up as you not understanding English because the job has clearly said that we need 10 years. So if you have 8 years, it is understandable because it's closer to 10 years. But you have 2 years of experience. You don't even have the skills or the experience needed for that role, but you apply. Of course, you will not get called. Of course not. Even if an angel comes down, of course, you will not get called. So it's really important that you align your application properly. See, applying for jobs is a full-time job. I hope you know that applying for jobs is a full-time job. So you need a level of excellence to be able to achieve that full-time job. So going forward, I will just talk about steps to improve your application. Number one, of course, you should tailor your CV to each job and highlight relevant experience. Let me take the time to talk about some of the mistakes that you make on your CV. Number one mistake that you have on your CV. In fact, as we are talking, pull out your CV just pull out your CV. You can minimize and pull out your CV. If you have your picture on that CV, help me put your CV like this, tear it, or put your CV and delete it if it's on your phone. That's number one. Number two, if you have your date of birth on that CV, please help me tear that CV or throw it away. Number three, if you have your primary school and your secondary school education on that CV, please help me tear it or discard it because you are putting information that is not needed. Let me say this thing and let me say it clearly. If you get an opportunity to apply for a job, you want to remove every bias as much as possible. As Nigerians or people in Africa, our name betrays us already. So without me saying much, my name is Ofon Emmanuel. You can know that I am from Akwa Ibom or Cross River. You can just guess that I am from either of these states. So already, if you have problems with somebody that's from Akwa Ibom and you see somebody applying for a job with an Akwa Ibom name, there's already a bias that ticks off in your brain. We are humans, so every time we expect recruiters to be unbiased, but you provide recruiters with all the biased information in the world. So we can't change our names at this point here, but what we can do is reduce the biases. So you're putting your age there, and somebody is looking at this one where they apply. This guy is older than us in this office, so let him not come and be behaving like an old man. Or this lady is too young. Oh, why is she applying? So you see why you should remove your date of birth. Remember, remove every bias as much as possible. Some of you went to community secondary school, Port Harcourt, community secondary school, Mpolu. You went to community secondary school, and one bougie auntie that went to Kings and Queens College is looking at your CV like, this one went to community secondary school. We don't want any blockhead. People will judge you based on what they think you have to offer, based on what they think of you, based on their perception. So you want to remove everything that will cause bias on your CV. Remove it, throw it away. Okay? All of you that puts your marital status on your CV, why? Why do you need to put that you're single or married? What will that information do? If that information will not help the employer to make a good decision about you, why are you adding it? Some of you are females and you're adding your marital status, say married. What are you trying to prove to the employer? Knowing that the employer will judge you based on what they think about you. So if they think that if we hire this babe, she'll soon come and get pregnant though, and we'll give her 5 years or 5 months maternity leave. They're already thinking we'll lose money if we hire this person. So remember to remove anything that will cause biases. I cannot exhaust everything, but I wanted to quickly, and this call has really extended, but I want to make sure that when you leave this place, you know that you have gotten value. Okay. Also, always write a custom CV, custom cover letter that speaks directly to your employer needs. So go to the job ad, carry the job ad, read through it, look for what they need, and write what they exactly need. That's what they need. They have written a job ad, somebody telling you that this is what I want, and you are going to give them something else. No, give them what they want. Tailor your CV to what they want. There's no point to say, this is the cover letter that I have. No, no, man, no, sir. You have to apply based on what they want. Okay. Also research the company thoroughly, and you can learn all of these things on YouTube or Google. Now, see here, you can learn anything you want to learn on YouTube or Google. And with my course, because all of these things I'm talking about, these are things that I have already explored in a course, in a more advanced course than this. Okay, so you can learn all of these things on YouTube and Google, and literally you can get all the information that you need. But what's different with the Zero to Hire course? What's different with the Job Search to Success course? Is because you are here because you want a solution, and I am committed to helping you get it. Because number one, I have the experience needed, and number two, I have the community needed. Why? Because every time you are at a blocker, you will get somebody that can answer your questions for you. You will get different kinds of opportunity because there's somebody you can reach out to. Why? I tell you, you can get any information that you want to get on YouTube or Google, even ChatGPT. But guess what? It will never give you the touch that somebody who has the experience, the actual person who you can reach out to, who can talk to you about those experiences, who can help you, guide you from not knowing the kind of career paths that you want to getting a job, not just a job, a well-paying job. All right. So what is it that you will learn in our zero to higher course, aka job search to success? And I say this with all amount of pride because I believe that every time you get yourself an opportunity, I believe that you should shine. And some of you are not shining because you don't know what to do. You will gain access to the handbook that helps you identify your career path and gain clarity on your career path. You will learn how to and where to position yourself to get the jobs that you want, not the one that you are just applying to, the one you actually want. You will learn how to build a personal employable brand and how to optimize LinkedIn. It is me that will teach you how to optimize LinkedIn and you get value for everything you want to pay for. Okay. You will also learn how to become a CV expert. And I tell you this for free. I just gave you a little bit, a tip of the iceberg, but there's just so much more in developing a winning CV. Okay. So all those trashy CVs that people do for you, you get to know that you need to learn how to do your CV by yourself because you're not just applying to one job. You want to know what is needed. Even when you pay somebody to do your CV for you, you want to know if they even did a good job. So it is important to learn how to do it by yourself. So I will show you my CV, the CV that has gotten me countless job offers. That's something that I do not do, but that's what I will show you in this course. I will teach you how to search for jobs properly, not just anyone's, the one that you like, the ones that you like. Job search is not a sprint, like it's a marathon, and so it is very important that you learn how to run it properly. Okay. You will learn also how to prepare for interviews and impress your interviewers. See, I will give you this one for free. In my experience, there's barely an interview that has not smashed. If there's a role that I didn't get, it is one of two things. It is because they are not able to pay me, or number two, because at the time, there's also somebody who has equally smashed that interview. So it doesn't mean that I have not presented myself properly. It has been properly, it has been, one of these two things. And so don't sell yourself short. I will provide every guidance you need to smash those interviews. And I say this with all amounts of pride. Okay, finally, I will get you, into a support group of career professionals where I will personally be posting job opportunities. I'll be sharing CV review support, and I'll provide every support that you need, from getting the clarity that you need to landing the job. Every support in between, optimizing and reviewing your CV for you, providing that support. It is something that you will get. For instance, if you get to an interview stage, I will give you a free 10-minute interview preparation, interview demo. I will help you prepare personally for that interview because I believe that you can attain success with the right amounts of preparation and the right amounts of positioning. Okay, let me break it down. So this is what you will get in this course. And this course is valued at a discount of 10,000 naira right now. Now, you get a group clarity session. You will also get free CV optimization session, which I would value as 25K. That's like if you come to me and you want me to optimize your CV for you, I will charge you 25,000 naira to optimize that CV. If you come to me and you want me to optimize your LinkedIn for you, I will charge you 15,000 naira. If you come to me and you want me to, do an employability training for you, I will charge you 17,000 naira. If you come to me and you want to buy the Zero to Higher workbook, I will charge you 5,000 naira for it. So you see what I'm talking about. So if I brought all these things together, it means that you pay nothing less than 80,000 naira. Now, if you're listening to me from other countries, you can quickly do a Google search and see how much that is valued at. Now you are getting all of this for 10,000 naira only in the next 24 hours. And I put this at 10,000 naira because this is a steal. This is a steal. And I put this for 24 hours because I cannot keep it longer than this. I cannot keep it longer than this because it means that I am losing money and, this is something that people would easily steal. So I don't want to keep it for longer. And you should quickly take advantage of this opportunity. So meet Joy. Joy is somebody that I personally worked with to take her from zero to higher. The first time I asked Joy, what do you want to be earning? Joy said she wanted to be earning 60K to 100K. I'm like, what is that? Is that money? Right? And I was like, no, first of all, you don't even know the jobs you should be applying for. So let's start from there. And by the time I was done with Joy, this is what Joy had to say. Joy said, thanks for coaching me often. Every day, I'm grateful that I have you in the capacity that I do. You're my biggest inspiration from sharing job links. Every time I get a link, I remember that often sent me this link. That's why I am where I am now. So I do my best to do same for others. Do you see the ripple effect of what I do as a person? It means that you can take the knowledge gained and give it to others. How? By helping others gain the opportunities that you have gained just by taking this coaching session. Now, this was Joy's offer. And when Joy got this, I was so proud of her because Joy moved from not even knowing the kind of jobs. See, I can even show you the LinkedIn post that she made, that she said she was looking for an executive assistant role because she didn't even know what to apply for. The next day, she was looking for a customer service role. The next day, she was looking for an admin role because she didn't know. And that's how so many people are. You don't know. You don't know what you should be applying for. Every day, you're applying for different types of role because you don't know how to build your career path. And it is very important. The next 5 years, do you want to look back and say, what was I doing? Why was I jumping from one place to another? You want to look back and say, no, I have 5 years experience in certain career paths. Do you understand? So you want to build that confidence. And also there's so many recommendations from the community. Now, there's something so somebody hired somebody from my recommendation, and that's also something you get in the community. I recommend you to job offers. Every other week, I get job postings. Recruiters reach out to me and say, often, I know you run this community. Do you have people in so and so areas? I want to hire those people. So imagine being the person to be recommended for certain roles. Somebody said that's the company that hired this person said that's the factor we identify. We can tell good candidates. Keep being you. You wowed everyone. They spoke about you for weeks. You have marketed a strong brand. You never know who will be in the next room that will speak up for you somewhere. You don't even know. Because why? I keep recommending great talent. So it means that you cannot be an average talent by the time you take this course and subsequently join the community. No, you can't be average. You can see, I will not see. If in the next 1 month you are average, I will use my hand to remove you. Why? Because I know what is possible. I know what is achievable in a short period of time. All right, let me break it down again. Let me break it down again so you understand. If I were to give you all of this course, I will give you at the rate of 80,000 naira. If I were to give you individually, or if you were to pay for all of this individually, but because of what I'm doing, and in the next 24 hours, I'm not going to repeat this. In the next 24 hours, you can get it for 10,000 naira only. And this is the end of this session. And I want you to know that if you are not making those decisions right now, you will always regret not taking those steps now. You would always regret it. So you better take that step now. You better make that decision now, because if you don't make it now, you will still need to make it tomorrow. And guess what? Tomorrow, the cost might just go higher. It might just go higher than what it is right now. So you want to make sure that you are maximizing this opportunity as much as you want. Now, to pay for the zero to higher course, you can simply click go back to the landing page and click on the link below, or you can simply make payment on the payments page. All right, click the link anywhere you find the link on the payments page, and I will see you on the inside. Now, if you never get anything from this, get this. You need to properly position yourself. And if you don't position yourself now, you realize that you would have wasted time and you still have the need to position yourself. So you better take advantage of all of these opportunities. I'm glad that I have been able to have this conversation with you. I will see you on the inside. And this is the end of our session.